So, Morne, Big Square is successful now. You seem to you're growing fast, you have a number of outlets all around Nairobi. But what's the journey to get there?
We're not there yet, we're still on the journey. I think, doing your own business like Big Square is a personal decision, and it's almost I can almost liken it to a calling. It's something that's in you that you feel you have to do. And then when you start doing it, then you start wondering, why the hell did I do it?
Yes.
I must have been crazy.
Yes. How do you cope? Because you've had several reversals in doing all this. It's not been a smooth ride.
Yeah, I've been through quite a couple of those.
Yes.
Sometimes you don't think through what you're going to be doing thoroughly. You just say, this has to work. This is what I'm doing, and you dive in. So I've done that a few times and burnt my fingers.
Yes.
I've been lucky where my wife has supported me.
Yes.
And so I'm always
through good days and bad.
And bad. And the bad is always tough, because we've lost everything at some stage.
Yes.
And we had to start again. And I think it sharpens your senses.
Yes.
And your thought process going forward, because you don't want to go through that again.
How do you do that, Morne? I mean, when you've lost everything, you feel like a failure, you're literally almost penniless.
Yep.
How do you pick yourself up and start all over again?
Well, inevitably you have to go and work for someone, because
Yes.
you have to pay school fees, buy
Yes.
food, pay
Yes.
rent, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
You do lose self-confidence.
Yes.
You do lose a bit of dignity sometimes.
Yeah.
So it is not easy to get out of it.
So a lot of personal strength is needed.
You need to believe in yourself.
Right.
You need a lot of self-belief,
Yes.
and you can't listen to too many other people,
Right.
because I failed more than once.
Right.
so you try something again, and people are saying, "Oh, there he goes
There
again."
he goes again. Yeah. But it strikes me that self-belief is the key. That's what makes people start all over again. That I will do it this time.
I think self-belief and if you've got a passion for something, that passion drives you anyway.
Right. But you're a very hands-on entrepreneur. You do a lot of the work yourself, and you're always down there with your people. Is that one of the things you believe causes success?
I think it does. Especially when you're starting up.
Yes.
You have to gather a team together and
Yeah.
get them excited about what you're doing,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, they need to help you grow.
Absolutely.
And secondly, you have to do everything anyway, because you can't afford anyone else to do it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But I think being hands-on in the beginning definitely helps a lot.
Kenya's been good for you.
Kenya has been very good for me. We all suffer the same challenges,
Yes.
which can be very frustrating at times,
Yes.
and also gets me down sometimes.
Yes.
But as a whole, it's a country so full of opportunities.
A lot of young people want to run their own businesses, and the reasons they give you are usually to do with, I need to be my own boss, I don't need to take instructions from anyone, I need to manage my own time and work when I feel like working. Is that how it really works out in practice?
Well, I hear that so much.
Yes.
People come to me and say, yeah, but how did you do it? Because, I really want to start my own business.
Yes. I heard someone say the other day that once you're your own boss, you get to choose your time. You get to choose which 18 hours in the day to work.
Yes, exactly. That's very true.
Yeah.
And also, there's this myth that you start a business and you start making money and it's your money and there's a lot of money to be made. Like I said, we're
Still not making
still
profit.
making a profit because we're growing.
Yes.
So there's no money.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm looking for money.
Right.
Because we're still growing the business. So the money.
So it's actually a long time before you get something back to enjoy your life with.
It's a long-term thing. Don't think entrepreneurship is an overnight success story. There is no overnight success. I don't have university education.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested.
Right.
So my learning curve was long.
Right.
I didn't understand P&Ls, balance sheets, cash flows, all those things.
Right.
But luckily what did happen to me is when I did start joining corporate companies,
Yeah.
I got taught these things.
Ah, okay.
So I can now use that, which, and those skills in some of the previous businesses I started, I didn't have.
So you pick up that learning wherever you find it.
Wherever you, I mean, working for a company is, it's what you make of it, and you need to learn as much because the grass is not always green on the other side.
Sure.
So learn as much as you can for even the companies you work for as an entrepreneur.
So your message really, Morne, is by all means start your own businesses, but do it with your eyes wide open. It's not, get rid of some of the myths that seem to surround being your own boss.
I think also what you should do if you plan on starting your own business is speak to as many entrepreneurs running their, not paper entrepreneurs, what do they call them, these briefcase entrepreneurs, or tender entrepreneurs and those type of
entrepreneurs,
guys. Guys who have run their own business for 2-3 years, talk to them first.
Right.
Because they're going to tell you some things that you might not like to hear, and you might even decide not to do it.
Yes.
So that would be my little piece of advice, is talk to some people first.
There is a reward though. What's the reward for you? Why do you do it? What do you get out of it?
I think that the reward is that you're doing what your passion is, and you're doing what you really feel you want to do. And then when you see the baby grow, I think that's the real reward.
There's a satisfaction in seeing
it
there
grow.
Was nothing here and now there's all this.
Correct. And it also frightens you to death at the same time. Because it's frightening. It's daunting.
Yes.
But it's exciting at the same time.
Right. Does that fear ever go away?
Never.
You're always scared.
If you're not scared, it's dangerous.
You better be scared.
You better be scared, because it's not going to be easy. You know, it just makes you think about what you're doing a little bit more, and sharpens your senses.
It's easy to assume successful business folk have it easy. We envy their achievements without appreciating their journey. The truth is, if you didn't inherit your company or play dirty to grow it, succeeding at business is not for the faint-hearted. A business is like a child for the committed entrepreneur. It demands all your attention, causes you sleepless nights, instills a daily sense of panic in you, and eventually breaks your heart. You may have to face all sorts of reversals, even humiliations, before you make it. Like Morne, you have to have doggedness and resilience, and the character to deal with unexpected adversity. If you have those things, you may be able to join the ranks of the successful, but you'll need a lot of luck and a lot of fortitude. Thank you, and see you next time on The Back Seat.